Do you know who I am? Well, I think it is fair to say that Bully Ray certainly knows who Jack Perry is, and that, of course, is a very disrespectful young wrestler. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and Bully Ray has jumped on the, I don't want to call it the CM Punk bandwagon, but he's certainly in Team Punk. He is defending Team Punk, and he is agreeing with CM Punk over Punk's opinion of Jack Perry. So CM Punk did an interview a few days ago, basically discussing his time in AEW, talking about some of the run-ins that he had. Now, obviously, he wasn't allowed to talk about the Bucks and the Elite and Omega because he signed an NDA for that, and he can't exactly go into full detail, but he was able to talk about the incident with Jungle Boy Jack Perry and the whole situation over Glass and Jack Perry not being basically willing to respect authority or take advice or basically take the answer no. So Punk had to step in with Jack Perry, and it resulted in Jack Perry getting choked out by the legendary MMA fighter that is CM Punk, Mr. Phil Brooks. He might not have won any fights in the octagon, but he certainly got the victory. He got the big W when he took on Jack Perry backstage at AEW. But anyway, Bully Ray has chipped in. He has gave his 2 cents during the Busted Open podcast, and this is what Bully Ray had to say about Jack Perry and CM Punk's comments. He says, quote, "This is a snot-nosed kid problem. This is a punk-ass kid problem. And I believe every single last word that CM Punk is saying about Jack Perry because I had my own incident with Jack Perry in England a year ago. And there wasn't really an incident because if there was an incident, Jack Perry wouldn't be around anymore. Jack Perry came off to me like a very disrespectful young wrestler, especially when I went out of my way to introduce myself to him and extend my hand with a smile on my face. And I was treated like a young boy by Jack Perry. Blown off, disregarded, and I see you, David LaGreca, shaking your head right now, and as God is my witness, should the good Lord strike me down with lightning, I am telling you the truth. So when I hear these stories about a Jack Perry, like Punk saying he carried himself and he disrespected when he wasn't listening to an authority figure like the Doctor, or he wasn't listening to an authority figure like Tony Schiavone or anybody else, I believe them because I witnessed the disrespectful behaviour myself. End of quote. So, Bully Ray giving his 2 cents on the whole incident. It's not really surprising though. We've seen this before in AEW. I remember Hangman Page literally came out and just said that he wouldn't take any advice off nobody because he believes he's doing things the right way. Even when it was like legends of the business, people that have got like 25, 30 years experience in wrestling, sometimes people with even more than that, sometimes 40 plus years of experience. Adam Page says he doesn't listen to experience, he doesn't need experience, he doesn't need help, he's going to do things his way. And I think that's one of the issues with the wrestlers today, especially when you look at the guys in AEW. I believe the younger wrestlers in WWE are probably more likely to be respectful and to learn from others, or else if that wasn't the case, they probably wouldn't be in WWE. They probably wouldn't be coming up through development and things like that. But with AEW and with Tony Khan and Tony running this dysfunctional ship, it's almost like anything goes, and these young wrestlers just have zero respect. They're getting paid big money. They're getting paid more money than they would get paid anywhere else, and it's all because Tony Khan is a fucking idiot. And he's paid these guys, like I says, a lot more money than they're worth, a lot more money than they deserve, and it probably pays into their ego. Them getting all this money, they're probably thinking, I don't need to listen to Bully Ray, or I don't need to listen to CM Punk, because I'm making more money at my age than they were making when they were my age. So they're probably thinking that they are the best thing ever. They're probably thinking that they are superior because of the money that they're getting. But the truth is, I mean, Tony Khan is nothing but a mark with money. You know, he's a guy that's a billionaire thanks to his daddy, and he is spending that money left, right, and centre. And he's not spending it wisely; he's spending it on absolute junk. So I agree with Bully Ray. I reckon this probably did happen. I could imagine Bully Ray going up to Jack Perry, trying to be nice, offering to shake his hand, introduce himself. Not that he needs to, because Jack Perry should obviously know who Bully Ray is. And Jack Perry, you know what? He probably has. He's probably blown Bully Ray off. Because he's got to be thinking, like, the money aspect, and he'll also think, I'm in AEW, I'm on national television. When was the last time Bully Ray was on national television? Jack Perry is probably sitting there thinking to himself that he is bigger and he is better than Bully Ray, and it's fucking ridiculous, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what a lot of these wrestlers think, because Tony Khan has played into their ego, he's inflated their ego. He's pretty much just ruined fucking wrestling with this roster of AEW wrestlers that he has. And yeah, I'm not exactly blaming, it's not Tony Khan's fault that these guys are dicks. I'm not saying Tony Khan is a dick, but he has sort of allowed them to have this life. You know, he's kind of played into it by paying them so much, by giving them these big contracts, by putting these guys over on a large audience when they were not ready or they don't deserve it. Tony Khan has 100% inflated their egos. So, yeah, it's hardly surprising. Maybe if Tony Khan was a better boss like McMahon, he could lay down some authority and these punks wouldn't be like that. I mean, Jack Perry shouldn't be saying no to his, superiors or authority figures in the company. Adam Hangman Page shouldn't be saying no to taking advice. Tony Khan should be telling Adam Page, look, you're lucky to be around these legends. You're lucky to have these legends in this company willing to give you advice, willing to try and help you. And for the sake of this company and this brand and the sake of me, you're going to listen to that advice because I want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So, I mean, that's kind of how it should play out. But, I mean, no one respects Tony Khan. And if they don't respect the guy that's paying their wages, then they're hardly going to respect a few old-timers that are trying to introduce themselves or give advice or you try and help them do certain things. So yeah, there you go, guys. Bully Ray giving his thoughts there on Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I think Jungle Boy Jack Perry's contract situation with AEW is pretty interesting. We don't know if it's a work. We don't know if he has legitimately left or is he just in New Japan right now. Does Tony Khan plan on bringing him back? I'm actually not sure what the deal is with that. Is it a kayfabe release or is he still under contract? I believe he still has a contract, I think. But who knows? At this point, will Jack Perry be back? Remains to be seen. If I had to put in a prediction, I think he will be back. I think we will see Jack Perry once again in an AEW ring. Who knows when it'll be? Might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, but I do think that we will see Jack Perry back at some point. And I mean, who knows? Will they come back with Jack Perry and give him some sort of anti-authority figure gimmick? Will he be annoyed at Tony Khan, or will they just sweep all that under the carpet? I think they'll probably sweep it under the carpet because AEW just seem unable to take advantage of anything. Even when they do have legit heat, they just throw it away. They turn it down. They cool it down. They put cold water over it every single time. So we'll see what happens, guys. But Bully Ray calling Jack Perry a disrespectful young wrestler, and I think that sums up Jack Perry, and I think it sums up a lot of the AEW roster. Anyway, guys, that's it. Fog Wrestling. Make sure you guys are not disrespectful. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.